28, day 4. We're talking about being motivated. We're talking about what's the why in your life. What does it take for you to spend enough time to get up? Or do you go out and try the skiing for 15 minutes and then say, oh, this is no fun. I hate that skiing. That's not any fun at all. Sometimes you got to work. You got to be like that dad that spends 3 days before you get up. But it's worth it when you do get up. Story today. It's in your hands. Legend has it there lived in Venice, Italy, an old man who was a genius and could answer any question given to him. Two young local boys thought they could get the best of him. One of the boys caught a small bird in his hands. They went to the wise old man and asked if the bird was alive or dead. Without hesitation, the wise man explained to the boys, if I tell you the bird is alive, you'll crush it and kill it. If I tell you the bird is dead, you will release it and let it fly. He said further, so you see, young man, you hold the power of life and death in your hands. It's the same with us. Our hands hold the power of life and death, success and failure, wins and losses. Our hands must be used, but with goodness and for the right things. Question number 1, what's in your hands? Is that math class? Is that in your hands? This goes back to that responsibility. Are you responsible? What are you responsible for? If football is not any fun, whose fault is that? Maybe it's yours. If you get good enough at it and you enjoy it enough, I promise you, it'll be the most fun you've ever had. I love playing football. It's all in your hands. You know, one of my goals in life was for somebody to think that I was a cowboy. And we had cattle and we rode horses and we did all the things. And I even tried a little bit of being a hazer for my cousin at a rodeo. And I always wanted somebody to think that I was a cowboy. And we had a little investment in a place in Wyoming. And every year I would go up and stay with Mark Cotter and his wife and kids and help with the cows. And in February we would go when they were calves were being born. And one year I was up there and there was this lady that we were working for, or that we were out at her ranch and doing something because we were kind of all in it together. And she was asking Mark, you know, because you're out there and you're working for a week or so and you don't shower and you don't take a bath and you wear the same clothes, and so you're pretty grungy, you know, you're a cowboy. And so, you know, she said, that guy there, is he kind of homeless? Is he just, is that what he does, work for you? And if he is, you know, I'd like to hire him because I need another cowhand. And so Mark told her, said, ma'am, said, he's got a master's degree. He's written a book. He's a lot different than you think. And she said, written a book? He said, yeah. And so Mark gave her a copy of the book. So she came to me a couple of days later and she said, I want you to talk to my son. I said, talk to your son. I said, no, I don't think so. Because I knew what was coming. I mean, you know for a fact, her son is not going to be the number one student or the great athlete or anything. She's having trouble with him. He's 16 years old. And I can assure you he don't want to listen to some old fat football coach from Texas. And she said, just talk to him for 15 minutes. I said, okay, be glad to. Well, I went in and sat down with her and her son. Purple hair, rings in the ears and the nose, I think in the lip, maybe the tongue. And so I tried to talk to him for 15, 20 minutes. He pretty much ignored completely everything I said and made sure I understood that he was ignoring me. So I went home and we had our football season, played football. And at Christmas, I got a gift certificate for a pair of Lucchese boots. Now, those are expensive boots from the lady in Wyoming. Well, my wife wanted to know exactly why was I getting boots from a lady in Wyoming. And so I was too. So I called her and I said, why would you send me a gift certificate for Lucchese boots? She said, you saved my son's life. I said, I did? He didn't hear one word I said. She said, we took that book of yours, Coaching to Change Lives, and we started doing a lesson each week. And every week we'd do a lesson, and we'd do 15 minutes a day. And he's got regular hair now, he doesn't have all the rings and everything, he's making good grades, got his goals squared away, and he's really doing well. You think I changed that boy? I told her, I said, no, ma'am, you changed him. You gave him 15 minutes of your day every day. You want to know what changes football players? When you say we're going to do 15 minutes a day every day, and it's got nothing to do with football. It's going to make you a better person, husband, father, son, student. And we're doing it to make you a better person. And it doesn't matter if you're the quarterback or the third team guard. You're going to get the same attention. I'm going to give you 15 minutes every day. And that 15 minutes is going to help you be a better person. I'm investing my time. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that rings and jewelry are apologies for gifts. The only gift you can give, the true gift you can give someone you love, is your time. How many parents give their kids 15 minutes a day just to sit down and talk about responsibility, attitude, character, leadership, or a story? That's the difference. Do you give them 15 minutes a day? How many of you students give your mama 15 minutes a day? What if you wrote down one of your goals that you were going to sit down with your mom for 15 minutes every day and find out about her? I'd give anything on this earth, every penny I've got, if I could go back and sit down and talk to my mom and dad and ask them about their childhood. I can't tell you one thing about my dad's dad or his brothers or anything, but I never took the time. Have you? Take the time. See, it's in your hands. It's just like the genius in Venice, Italy. It's totally in your hands. Motivation. Why? Give 15 minutes a day to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your friends. And if you're a coach, make sure you're giving 15 minutes a day to make them better people, not to win a football game. See you tomorrow.